G'day guys, Luke here from Tech Blokes, and today I'm checking out the 11-inch iPad Pro. Now I will just say I'm not a massive iPad user. I do really like them, but I really like the aesthetics of the 11-inch iPad Pro. I actually have the 9.7-inch, which is a couple of years old now. It's been a fantastic device. And for me, I've always been the kind of person that uses it as an artist tool. You know, I've got the Apple Pencil, I love sketching on it, I love using Procreate, and I think that the actual input from the pen is exceptional. There's basically no latency when you're using the pen to draw, and I really love that. So I'm really keen to check out the 11-inch and check out the new Apple Pencil. I've also got the Smart Folio keyboard. I'm going to attach that and see whether or not this device could potentially replace your computer or your laptop as your everyday computing device. So let's do the unboxing. It's a very thin box compared to some of the previous iPads, and like I mentioned, this has the USB Type-C, so there's going to be a lot more that you can do in terms of connectivity. You can now attach a USB thumb drive or even a USB Samsung drive, and basically access all of your media off an external drive, which is amazing. Okay. All right, pull it out the bottom, set that aside. So perfect size, looks really nice. Looking around the device, we've obviously got the camera bump on the back there. We've got the antenna lines running across the back. At the top, we've got the power button. We've got some speaker grills, and the sound that comes out of my previous iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch, is incredible. It sounds so good. So I'm keen to see what the new speaker array is like on the iPad Pro. We've got the smart connector at the back here, which will allow us to hook up our keyboard. And at the bottom, we obviously have the USB Type-C connector. So that's really cool. And then around the other side here, we have the SIM card tray and obviously the volume rocker. So let's turn this bad boy on and see how it goes. All right, now guys, I've just powered the device on. What I can tell you is it feels really good in the hand. Like, I really like the squared off edge. It just sits so nicely when you're holding it. It feels like you're holding something very modern. And yeah, like always, the actual machining of the shell is really high quality. So let's set it up, go through the process. Alrighty guys, so I've set up the iPad Pro. The screen is absolutely sensational. So I'm gonna pop this aside for just a moment and check out what we get in the box. Okay, so normal paperwork. Now we do get the fast charger. So this is the 18-watt Apple fast charger. The power brick is definitely a lot bigger than the standard 5-watt charger that you would normally get, and it's definitely got a bit more weight to it. Now we've also got the brand new USB Type-C to USB Type-C connector. So that's what allows the fast charging to actually pass through the power brick into the iPad Pro. And then other than that, yeah, that's all we get. So I'll pop the box aside for that, and now what I want to do is actually check out the Apple Pencil. This is the brand new one that magnetically will attach to the side of the iPad Pro. All right guys, now the Apple Pencil is not cheap by any means. Here in Australia, you're looking at about $150 to purchase the new version, and the older version that doesn't work with the new iPad Pro is about $99. So let's bust this open and we'll have a look at it. Okay, beautiful box, beautiful presentation, like always from Apple. We've got some paperwork there. Okay, we'll pop that aside. And here is the brand new Apple Pencil, and very well balanced. That's the first thing I've noticed. It actually feels like a really high quality pencil. So looking around it, we've got pencil written at the back there. The tip is really good quality. I never really had any problems with the last generation tip. It never wore out on me. It felt very natural to draw with, and I can tell you that this one feels very, very similar. It's got a bit more of a square feeling about it, which is actually a bit nicer to grip with your hand. So I'll pop that aside, and we're gonna test that out in just a moment. But before we do that, I wanna check out the new Smart Folio case. Alrighty guys, so this is the new Smart Folio case, and I really like the actual look of this. I have tested it in store in my local JB Hi-Fi here, and the actual keys feel very nice to type with. So we're gonna get this thing open, check it out, attach it to the iPad Pro, and see if this can maybe replace your computer. Maybe you've got like a Surface device and you wanna get something that's maybe got a better battery life, or you just wanna move back to Apple. Let's get this out. Now there's not a lot in the box, it's just the case itself, and that's cool, that's all we really need. No paperwork or anything like that. All right. Okay, now it has pretty much the exact same feel of all of the previous Apple cases. And opening it up, what have we got in here? A bit of paperwork, and that's basically it. So we'll pop that aside. Now I've got this really nice sort of felt. We've got all the Apple insignia in here. We've got the smart connector up the top here, and obviously the keyboard section here. So yeah, those keys feel really good. All right, let's attach it to the iPad Pro. Okay, so obviously it's connected up magnetically, and what we want to do is just put it there like that. And yeah, you get this really nice angle here. So if I tilt it up like that, you can see it's on a great angle to be able to type on. Now, I'm a touch typer, so for me, it's perfect size keys actually. I don't have sort of massive hands or anything like that. Let's fire up the notes, and we will do just a little bit of typing to test out this new keyboard. So let's just go quick, brown fox jumps over. Yeah, that's good. Okay, the keys are got a good travel, but they are a bit noisy. I think once you got used to them, they will be quite good. Now, what I want to do is check out the new Apple Pencil. So I'm going to fire up the Notes app and just do a little bit of doodling and see how that feels compared to the previous generation. Okay, so you can see when you click on the pencil down the bottom corner, it will pop out with all of these various options to be able to draw with. So you can actually change the size of the pencil width and also the transparency as well. Now, I haven't actually connected the pencil up yet, so I'll do that quickly. All right, so to connect it up, it's a little bit different to the previous generation where you would have to take a cap off the back and then plug it into the side of the device. We don't have to do that anymore, which is great, because that was it was kind of a bit silly because it was so easy to be able to just push that the wrong way and snap it off inside the power connector. So being able to charge it and connect it up here is fantastic. So let's hit continue. And we have the double tap option, which allows you to swap between your different pencils. So we'll grab that and we'll flick back to this one. And what we want to do is I'm just going to go like that. All right. So the thing I really like about the Apple Pencil and drawing with the Apple Pencil is that it feels really natural. Like, you know, if I apply just the slightest bit more pressure, it does pick it up, and it feels very much like drawing with a normal pencil. So guys, we also have the ability to tilt as well. So like if I draw upright, let me just get back there. If I draw upright, I get a thinner line, but if I tilt it, I get a much thicker line, which is really cool. I think if you're a graphic artist or someone that does like, you know, concept art, or maybe you're a landscape artist, having the ability to quickly fill in areas like this with a tilted pencil is really cool. So overall impressions of the new iPad Pro, very impressed. The thin bezel is beautiful. The last thing I'm just going to check out is the sound quality, because I've got the previous generation 9.7 inch over here, and the sound that came out of that was sensational. So let's just jump in and we'll fire up some tunes quickly. All right, guys, just did a quick play test, had some Ed Sheeran, a couple other songs, and the sound quality is amazing. It's very full, it's very loud, it's very, what would you say? It's very directional. There's basically, the device doesn't shake at all. Sometimes when you have really good speakers, the device will tend to sort of vibrate and shake, but I can say that this is very good. It's basically some of the best sound I've ever heard from an Apple device. So there we go, guys. That's the new Apple Pro. I feel very lucky to be able to spend some time with it. It's very well built. You know, I think if you go out and you spend the money on a device like this, you are not going to be disappointed with the iPad Pro. Personally, I think it's definitely aimed more at the creative type of person, someone who's going to take full advantage of being able to draw and do graphic work on the display. But overall, I'm very impressed, and I would have no hesitation recommending this to somebody that's upgrading from the previous 9.7 inch. The 9.7 inch is still a really good device and it's still plenty fast, but yeah, the fact that we get USB Type-C, the fact that it's got fast charging, it's got, you know, Face ID for unlocking, I definitely do think for the right person, this could replace their laptop. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you click the like button, make sure you comment and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.